and or children with these learning challenges?
Well, that's what Western conventional orthodox perspective want you to see them or perceive them as. But the children that are autistic are the most advanced beings on the planet. They are like the cream of the crop out of all the starseeds. Those are the ones that have the really powerful spiritual gifts. And yes, there is a spectrum. You have high functioning, and then you have low functioning, and everything between. So we could say that those that are low functioning are already telepathic. They're already in tune with, higher ways of doing things. That's why they're mutes. That's why they don't communicate, because they are beyond. You have to understand people, the fact that we're, communicating via verbatim and language that's very primitive across the cosmos. Most civilizations out there use telepathy. So think about that. And then also those that are far left, those that are high functioning, are the geniuses. To give you an example, Elon Musk, Nikola Tesla, all of the world's greatest thinkers, Galileo Galilei, Copernicus, Leonardo da Vinci, were all high functioning autism. But again, they've always been incarnating throughout all history. Now they're just coming in the numbers. They gave me all these things. Whatever. That's what they do when they don't understand something different, something that is more advanced than the average person. So it's a tune dialed to higher dimension. Yeah. No, attention dialed to higher dimension. That's the true meaning of ADHD. So a lot of the starseeds are ADHD or ADD, by the way. And there's nothing wrong with that. That means we're just more advanced than the average human.
It's presenting with really like this resistance or, anger that they're coming in with.
Yeah, that's just because they don't fit in. They don't understand why they're all of a sudden in this lower dimensional world, so that's their way of expressing their I don't fit in through anger. Anger is a very powerful emotion. It has to be tamed. Of course, as they get older, they will learn, become more aware of their presence and who they are, and therefore will be able to control their anger. Because I'm just going to be honest with you guys, I was a very angry kid when my grandmother indoctrinated me into religion. When I was forced to suppress my abilities due to my religious upbringing, I became extremely angry, where I had fits. I would, like things would make me explode. And my family were thinking like, wow, we should put him in a hospital. He's got anger issues. And it wasn't because it was because I was being suppressed. Like I didn't fit in, and I was just that was my way of expressing it. But of course, later on, I became aware of myself, and I started feeling different. I started feeling like that was just a phase in my life. And so, I learned how to control all of that, because we get pissed off. We come into this world, we see the way the world is being run. We know we're being poisoned with chemtrails, with, fluoride in the water system, with genetically modified, like everything is a poison. It's like they're deliberately trying to kill us. And so we know this. So of course, we're going to react in a way where it's like when we're kids, I've never, after I was 8 or 9, I just stopped reacting like that. And I became very I approached the philosophy of nonviolence, and that explains my bullying, why I would get beat up in high school, because I didn't want to hurt the individual back. So, I had those two extremes. When I was a kid, from the age of 5 to 7 or 8, I was very angry, expressing myself through anger, because, I didn't like the way this world was. And then when I became 10, 11, and 12, I was totally nonviolent. People would pick on me. I would turn the other way or turn the other cheek. I was like Jesus, they would slap me, and I was just like, I would never hit back, because I didn't want to hurt another human being. And that explains, and it's not because I was a wussy. It's just because I literally didn't want to hurt another human being, and so that's why I was picked on a lot, because I was an easy target. I never fought back.
When I heard this truth about autism, I had to spread the information. Some may not like who this truth is coming from, but if you remember, the serpent was the only being who told Adam and Eve the truth. Not only did this resonate with me, I have lived this truth, and I am the parent of one of these beautiful beings. At one point when my son was in his teens, he asked me why he came here like the way he was. I told him he came to teach me. He looked at me wide-eyed. I explained to him that he taught me what unconditional love was, especially in the face of adversity. That he taught me compassion to see what he was going through and my loving desire to fix it. And also how to be empathetic. of what he was going through and how hard it was to be in his skin. It is a journey, and if you are the parent of one of these starseed children, know that they've selected you to be born from before incarnating into this world. You are a special person. Now smile.